good morning, a good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Okay, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I just want to drop a thought-provoking video today, although you can just watch the soul analysis and everything as it plays out, but pay close attention to what I'm about to present to you now, because if you really think about what I'm about to say, it will provoke you into discovering an edge for yourself if you don't have anyone for now. Okay, now I'll start by asking a question. Does the market actually move because a pattern was programmed or because a system was put in place? That's the question I want to ask, and I want you to reason that question. Internalize it. Like, think it over. Does the market move based on a pattern that is programmed into it? Because we all agree that it's actually delivered by algorithm, so it's not any buying or selling pressure that is moving price, no. And how do I know that? If you check the synthetic indices, it's a depiction of the real market. It moves regardless of you putting an order into the market or not. Well, that goes to tell you that this stuff was coded. It was coded. So it's an algorithm that actually delivers price. So my question now is, does the market move based on a pattern that is coded into it, or based on a system that was put in place? Of course, if it's based on a pattern, it means unless you know that pattern, your edge will not work. Do you get me now? Meaning, if the pattern is go from A, B, then to C, if your edge is go from A, C to B, it will not work. Unless you fine-tune your edge in line with that pattern, it won't work. But now the market moves in such a way that there are many patterns out there. Many people coined a pattern for themselves and call it their edge. But still, they still get good delivery at the end of the day. It means there's a system put in place by which, if your analysis should be the market should go from A, B to C, and my analysis is the market should go from B to C, then to D, we can both be correct, regardless of the pattern we use in taking that trade. Now, for you to be able to clearly know you have an edge, you should be able to see price the way the originator sees price. And ICT actually gave a pointer in that direction, although it didn't talk much about it, but he gave a pointer in that direction. He said something about power of three: the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. There must be accumulation for manipulation to take place, and there must be a manipulation for distribution to take place. If one is missing, the system is not followed. Do you get me now? If, let's say, accumulation is missing, then whatever you call manipulation is not correct. I don't think you get that, but just try to understand. Try to process it. You can rewatch this video as many times as you want, all right? So let me go back again. If accumulation is missing, then whatever pattern you call manipulation is not correct. There must be accumulation for manipulation to take place. And there must be a manipulation for distribution to take place. You can't jump from being a toddler to being an adult overnight. You can't. You can't give a car to a toddler to drive. The toddler will kill him or herself. Just try to get this stuff. It will help you, really. It will really help you. So, there must be an accumulation, then a manipulation, followed by manipulation, for there to be a distribution. So if you go out there now, you see some people trading Quasimodo pattern and all those stuff. You see support and resistance and all those stuff out there, the ICT pattern and everything. It's all based on one system of operation. There must be an accumulation, a manipulation, and then a distribution. Why do you think those guys trading the Quasimodo pattern actually wait for an internal range liquidity to form, then wait for price to take out that liquidity before taking a trade? That purge of the internal liquidity is the manipulation we are talking about now. Then the move it makes in the opposing direction is the distribution. So an ICT trader now might see something different, but will still be in line with the distribution. So does that falsify the edge of the ICT trader? No, it doesn't. Does it falsify the edge of the person trading Quasimodo pattern? No, it doesn't. Does it falsify the edge of someone trading support and resistance? No, it doesn't. Meaning, the system that was put in place actually made it possible that whatever pattern you trade, in as much as these three things are in place: accumulation, manipulation, distribution, the market will pay you. I can guarantee you that under heaven. In as much as those three things are in place, the market will pay you. Why? Because you are in line with the system. But why most people fail is due to the fact that we are all about chasing a pattern, looking for an edge without knowing what the system is all about. Without knowing what the system is all about. Without knowing what the system is all about. Because it would take for one to understand the system to be able to play the game with high precision. If you just go about playing the game as though you are playing a FIFA game, just normal shoot here, you so lose to the extent that you have to quit. So there's a system that is put in place. Until you understand that system, you can't really say you have an edge. If you ask me what's my edge, I will tell you AMD. I'll tell you AMD. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. I'll wait for the accumulation. Then the manipulation. From the manipulation there, you can start looking for a trade. You don't have to wait for the distribution leg to enter for a trade. Maybe one of these days I'll do a lengthy video and record how I actually look for, or how I actually put this AMD in play. But I can tell you something for a fact. If you have this base knowledge about a system, how it operates, how that it operates on the basis of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, your trading will take a different shift. You take a different shift. Now, you can't claim you have an edge if your edge does not work on some asset and work in some, sorry. Like you see someone that say, my edge only works on gold. It doesn't work on Bitcoin. It doesn't work on NASDAQ. It doesn't work on the S&P 500. It doesn't work on Euro USD. It doesn't work on GBP USD. Then you can't claim you have an edge. What if they should shut down the trading of gold? What will you do? No, you should ask yourself that question. If there's no gold to trade tomorrow, will you still feed? The system is universal. So also should your edge. If you have an edge, if you put it in place at the correct time, if you work both on the forex asset class, the indices asset class, the crypto asset class, even the bond markets, you should work also there. Why? Because you have an understanding of the system. There's no market you give to ICT to analyze now or to trade that you will fumble. No. Reason being that you understand the foundational basis. You understood why market should do what it should do at particular times of the day. He brought AMD to light. So without him, I won't actually have known about AMD. And I won't have this striking thought about the market operating based on a system and not based on a pattern. A system can live forever, but a pattern will fade over time. You see some folks saying, we don't actually understand how the market is moving these days, or it seems as though there's a change. No. Although there is sentimental shift and the rest, but it's still based on the same system. If you should apply the same system, it will work. So this is me challenging you now to go revisit your edge and check if you are actually putting the system as the foundation for the formation of your edge. Check if you're doing that. Because you might wake up one day and see that your edge is not working anymore. As funny as it sounds, that's true. You might just wake up one day and see that your edge ain't working no more. What will you do at that moment? You start looking for the next one that works. So while it still works, take the time, revisit it, refine it, remove the impurities in it, so that it will be formidable. Because we are in crazy times actually. And the market will do crazy things. But only the edge that is built based on the system the market was programmed with will stand the test of time. ICT has been trading for over 30 years plus now. And tell you what, in the next 30 years, his edge will still work. Do you know why? It's built based on a system, not just based on a pattern. That's why you always say, beyond knowing where price should go is to know the narrative. Why should it go there? Like, why should it go there? That narrative now is you having an understanding of the system that's put in place. What's the narrative of this trade? Okay, we're having an accumulation here. Then the market dropped down sharply, causing a purge of a sell-side liquidity. Then an impulsive move to the upside that broke structure and also created a fair value gap. We retraced back into the fair value gap and we started the distribution to the upside. Simple as ABC. Although it might not be that simple, don't get me wrong. It might not be that simple to flesh it out on the chart, but the narrative should be that simple. It should be the same at all times. So this is a wake-up call for you all to go back to your edge, revisit it, and check if you are taking trades based on the system the market operates in. All right?